Alright, so today we're going to be covering the new features for Lspd in Crimson Life RP. This is going to be courtesy of one of our newer officer recruits, Grant Coleman, who had recommended some scripts from JS4, a great 5M developer who made a few of our resources that we have taken and modified and made our own. So I'm excited to show you guys kind of what this is going to look like. So the first thing you're going to be doing, obviously, just like normal, is clocking in as Lspd. So you go ahead and clock in as Lspd. Once you're clocked in, what you're going to notice is you can go up to the computers. This is going to allow you to access the database. This database is only accessible here, and it should be used every time that someone is sent to prison, or even if you wanted to, anytime that somebody is going to be just processed for something that involves being taken to jail. So if you open this up, it's going to show you the latest records. It's not going to show you anything as far as names or anything like that. It's just going to show you the most chronological crimes. So just to kind of show you an idea, if I wanted to see the most recent crime today, I could click on it. It'll tell me obviously it was a murder, and we gave them 5 months. So if we open this up, it'll show the description testing. It'll show the term, and then it'll also show the person who was sent away right up here, Josh Costello, obviously myself for testing purposes. And then it'll also have a signature here for the person who actually sent them away. So you can update things, you can classify it if necessary for whatever reason, otherwise you can delete the record if it is a test record. And then that'll obviously wipe things out as well. So then you can see that everything has been wiped. So we back out, and I'll notice that just one record was wiped. And then if we notice the other one that was there, we open that one up. This is the other test that I had for Amy. And then the same type of thing you'll notice there. So if we delete the record, we can, but I'm not going to, so that way I can show you what happens when you are someone who's in our system. So this only works if you're actually a criminal in our system, so you will not show up unless you have been processed at least once. But if you notice, what we can do is we can actually search any of these 4 fields, and it's going to kick back anyone who's been processed. So if I would have left myself in there, I would have showed up as well as Amy, and then we can go ahead and click on that to see the description. So it'll give us kind of a character description along with the date of birth, and then also any crimes that have been associated with being added to the database through here. So that's kind of the cool thing that we have as far as your quote-unquote paperwork that we need to be processing every single time somebody goes to prison. So every time an officer is going to be sending someone to prison, they're going to be coming up here and filing that record. And then that's going to allow us to keep a good record and then more or less create a more serious and continuous RP environment for our civilians, rather than kind of starting from scratch every time the server cycle restarts. So I'd like to show you the other big feature that we have, which is going to be inside the cars. Alright, so when you get inside the cop car, what's going to happen is you're going to be able to press G, and only when you're not moving are you going to be able to do this. When you press G, what's going to happen is it's going to prompt you with a mobile police computer. Each officer will have a unique password. That password will tie them to their login, so that anything they do is going to have their name attached to it. So as you notice, what we can do here is we can look up a plate number, we can look someone up by date of birth, we can add to the wanted record, and then we also have regulations that we'll be putting like different crimes and SOPs snippets inside of there for quick access. DNA is not something we've added as of yet. Incidents is going to be basically a report, so if you have something occur, an incident is going to be required before the wanted. So let me just show an example of what would happen. So during a normal traffic stop, you're going to walk up to the vehicle. You're going to ask for the driver's license, registration, explain to them why they're being pulled over, introduce yourself, yada yada yada. You're going to go back to the car. At this point is when you're going to press G to open up your police CAD. So what's going to happen at this point is typically it'll prompt you for a password. You'll put that password in. Once you're logged in, this is what it's going to look like. So what you can do is type in either a plate number or a date of birth as far as searching. And then you do also have the ability to see who's wanted, and then you also have the ability to check any snippets on regulations as we add snippets of SOP in there. DNA is not set up quite yet, and then incidents is going to be where incident reports go. So, make a long story short, if you have somebody pulled over, the first thing that we'd want to do is run their plate through your mobile PC to essentially see if the person has any wanted charges out for them. If they do, this allows you to now call for backup and then also ask for them to step out of the vehicle with their hands up. If they don't comply, you know you're probably going to have a felony fleeing on your hands, and at this point you have a lot better chance of catching them because you're already in the vehicle rather than having to run back to your locked vehicles, fumble with the door and all that stuff. So as we search for the plate, you're going to see that we can add notes. It'll show the owner, and it's going to say that it's been inspected, just for the reasons that we are, obviously inspecting the vehicle with whatever legal reasons and legal abilities we have. So whether that means we have probable cause search or not, obviously that's within your SOPs. So if I want to navigate to the owner's profile, I can click on their name. And then what this is going to do is pull up their profile. So this is going to show their name, phone number, all that good stuff. And then also, if they are wanted for something, it's going to show right here. So in the event that they're wanted, obviously I would call for backup. We'll just pretend that he's not wanted in this example. And in the event that they're not wanted, obviously we'd proceed like normal. If they are, then obviously you're going to, as we said, call for backup and be in a better position for the chase if that occurs. So the other option is if you run into somebody on foot, you can obviously run date of birth by using their ID. So you grab their ID and kind of walk back to your police car. This will allow you to do that. So just to kind of show you an example, if I run a search for Amy Costello's date of birth, it'll pull her record, and then it'll also tell me if she has any outstanding warrants for her arrest. So then once again, yes, it'll show me that she does, and then obviously it was just a test, so then we can wipe that one out as well. And then the other great thing is that criminal record on the left actually does pull from the interior. So as you saw, that crime that I just cleared for her, that was actually from her history from the mission row. So those are the ones that we probably wouldn't want to click on to clear because we want to have that history. So otherwise, just to kind of give an example of how we would do the wanted process. So let's just say that this SUV decided that they were not going to take the speeding ticket and they decided to flee. We don't catch them, so we need to create an incident report and we need to make sure that they're wanted. We have the plate number because we caught them on radar or possibly got their license, depending on which. So the first thing that we do anytime we want someone to become wanted is there needs to be an incident report. So the first thing when you see the incident report do is it'll allow you to either search for an existing incident report, which you can just clear that out, or you can just start typing to add a new one. So this is an example of one that I did before. I'll just clear it out to show you what we can do if we're going to create a new incident. So new incident reports test. Obviously, you would actually put a lot more information in here regarding the vehicle description, what happened, all of that good stuff. So the more information, the better, really, as far as the incident report. So once this is created, you can now scroll down and see that this incident report is here, and we can also see the incident report number, which is the most important. So N8228, we can go ahead and take that and create a wanted. So if we know who it is, we can go ahead and throw their name in. And then if you forget what the incident number is, you can just simply go right back to incidents and 8228, and it'll keep all of your progress. So then you can hit add. So then now as an officer, say I just clocked on and I have no idea what's going on for the day, I can open up my CAD and I can hit the wanted button, and now I know, alright, we've got somebody wanted, Josh Costello, birthday 8/21/82. Wanted for felony fleeing as of today. See incident N8228. Looks like Officer Costello was the one who uploaded that one. So then we can go to the incident report to read all the juicy details by clicking on the title, and then hopefully there would be a whole lot of stuff here to be able to obviously read. And then once everything was done, as far as that person, serving their prison time, and then that record being transferred into the criminal history at Mission Row, then we can clear this all out of the mobile CAD. So then once again, all of this stuff would get cleared out because they've been processed, right? So wanted and incidents should only exist for outstanding things that we are still trying to take care of as a group. As soon as it's actually completed and they've been either jailed or processed or taken to prison, we clear those guys out, keep a clean funnel in our wanted and incident list, and then we can go ahead and add to their criminal history at Mission Row. I think that as we move forward, we're going to develop SOPs, especially being that this regulations tab is here to kind of tell us some great tips. It'll be able to give us the ability to expand our ability to charge repeat criminals. So rather than being able to just get away with an obscene amount of crimes, this system is going to allow us to have a much better way of tracking who's wanted, for what, how long, and why. And then also have a history report so that if we have people that are repeat offender criminals, we can continue to scale the crimes as we go, within realistic manner, but at the same time we can make sure that as police we have a little more to back our processing with. So hope you guys are excited as I am. Thanks.